Hey there, beautiful souls. Happy New Year. Welcome to 2025 and to your January monthly tarot reading for the Sun, Moon, and Rising sign of Sagittarius. If you're new to this channel, hello and welcome. This is Universal Wisdom Tarot. As always, please remember, not all the messages will resonate as they are general intuitive readings. But if you are looking for something more personal, there's a link in the description box below where you can check out the website and you can see the products and you can book a reading. I want to start by thanking each and every one of you for your likes, shares, and subscribes since the start of this channel. It has allowed the channel to grow, and I'm truly appreciative of that. This channel wouldn't exist without any of you. Now, if you haven't already subscribed, then don't hesitate. Click it now. It's free. Okay? I will be announcing throughout 2025 my random contests. And in those random contests, you get the opportunity to win a free personal reading. So you don't want to miss out on those opportunities, and you won't miss out on those opportunities if you subscribe to the channel. And if you want, you can also click that notification bell. Yeah, so you don't want to miss out on those opportunities. Now, if you did enter my contest for December of 2024, was the last contest as of last year. The winner's notification should be coming out if it hasn't already, so keep an eye out for that to see if you are a winner. I hope you had a really amazing holiday season, Sag, and I hope you're excited for another year. 2025, well, astrologically, it's going to be an interesting year. I would just say hold on to your hats or hold on to your butts. And I would say, I did do some 2025 look-ahead readings. They're very quick reads or just like, quick pull of cards. So if you're interested in those readings, you can see them on the channel. You can find them on the channel. I will also try to link them to these videos if possible, if I can figure out how to do that. I think I can figure out how to do that, but just in case. Just in case, I'll try and figure out how to do that. All right? Yeah, so just hold on to your hats there, my friends. Now, if you have been here before, then you know I always like to start with some astrological highlights. And I'm actually going to start with the fact that we are still in a Mars retrograde, okay? That started in early December. I believe it goes till mid to late February. Mars retrograde energy, though, is a really good energy because it allows us to dig deep and to reevaluate things, okay? It allows us to, figure out how to be our best self, and then you'll at least understand what goodness you want to bring into 2025 if you do that reevaluation now during this retrograde. So it's a good time to give thought to who you are, who do you want to be, what do you want to be doing in the coming year. It allows you to make use of or to examine your time and to examine how to use your time more wisely, perhaps, or make better use of your time, because time is very precious, right? So I'd say take a look at that energy. Now, I would also say just pay particular attention to January 6th, because Mars will dip into Cancer as part of that retrograde, and so emotions might be a little difficult to control then. And those emotions might prompt you to act in a way that might worsen some things, okay, that are going on for you at that time. All right, so let's go back just a little bit in the month to January 2nd, when Venus enters Pisces. Now, that's a time of there's strong compassion, strong empathy. You might be more understanding than usual. That might be a good thing. You may also feel the urge to help someone or help in any way that you can, and really not expect anything in return. On January 8th, Mercury enters Capricorn. Now, that is a good period to focus on long-term plans and goals. I would say that the key thing is to try to be practical so that you can actually make progress on those goals. All right? On the 19th, Aquarius season kicks off. Sun moves into that sign, so it's an excellent time to focus on your future, on your hopes, on your dreams. What changes do you want to make? How do you want to push yourself outside of your comfort zone? And then finally, I'd just say, for those of you that love looking up at the stars in the sky as much as I do, and I really do love that, I would say keep your eyes peeled, because on January 25th, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn, all those planets are going to align in the night sky. Now, this is a rare planetary alignment. It's called a celestial symphony. And you may be able to catch a glimpse of at least 4 of those planets with the naked eye, so that's a bonus. And, of course, that does depend on where you live, what the weather's like, are there too many city lights, et cetera, around you. So if that's something you want to check out and plan for, go out to a place where you could potentially see those stars in the night sky all aligned. All right, my friends, let's get into your tarot messages now. So I give thanks to the angels, spirits, guides, and the universe for the messages they provide and for assisting me in interpreting the messages for the highest vibrational good of my Sagittarius seekers. All right. May I please have 4 cards for Sagittarius for January? Okay, you have out 1 card. The first card out is the Tower. Queen of Swords. Two more cards, please, and thank you. Truly grateful for Sagittarius for January 2025. Okay, you have the 5 of Swords. You have the Queen of Wands. Okay, the bottom of the deck is the 4 of Pentacles. Okay, I'm not actually surprised that the Four of Pentacles shows up at the bottom of the deck here, my friends. There is the King of Pentacles right behind it, where they're called coins in this deck. Four of Coins and four of, or King of Pentacles here. I'm not surprised that either of these showed up for you, and mainly that's because I was starting to get some messages immediately as soon as the Tower showed up that Sagittarius, you need to be aware of your finances in this month. Now, usually with the Four of Pentacles, I get messages of you're holding on to your money. You know, you don't have to hold so tightly on your money. Whereas I'm going to say to you, because you do have the Tower there, and you have then these swords right behind it, it's a symbol and an indication and messages to do the reverse. And yes, hold on to your money. I want to tell you, I think you need to be watching your finances this month. I think that, you know, your finances are being highlighted clearly here because that's your overarching energy. And perhaps you are trying to find ways to attract more money, more of that green stuff. And maybe you're going to be thinking about investing it. So if you are, just be careful because you do have the Tower there. You know, don't, for some people it could be an upset. For other people it could be a surprise that you thought you had more or you have less than you thought you had. It may be a bit of a shock to you that, the spending there, that you actually, it'll shock you to say you need to tame your spending a little bit. I think that at the end of the month, you might be able to loosen the purse strings a little bit, but I would say to you, be careful because you're going at it and you're just, I would just say your mind is telling you that, you don't have as much as, or it's not the situation that you think it is financially, okay? You need to use your brains here, okay? You need to sit down and use your math skills as well, is what I'm going to tell you, okay? The Queen of Swords always gets her facts, right? She doesn't act just willy-nilly. She makes sure she's counted the dollars and the cents to make sure that it's, that she's done the math, right? She's done the math on paper and she sees where it's going, okay? And I think you're going to need some help to tame that impulse spending if that's what you're doing. Now, I find that Tower is interesting too, that it came out in that first week, because for you, Sagittarius, I'm kind of feeling that, remember I was talking about that retrograde energy and how Mars does dip into Cancer. And I'm actually feeling for you with this Cancer energy that I'm kind of feeling that, it's, that's the time that there's going to be a little bit of slowdown, okay, in your funds, or that, yeah, I just say that there's a slowdown in your funds, okay? But that also is the period probably where you're going to tame your spending because it's going to be such a surprise to you or such a shock to you, all right? You do need to have your wits about you here. I would say be extra careful when I would just say be extra careful. I think it would be very easy for you to blow up your budget. Okay? Do not blow up your budget. You are going to maybe start to spend too much and take on too many expenses more than you have. So it would be quite easy to blow up the budget. Now, there might be an urge to spend your money on big ticket items like travel. I would also say, I'd just say if you're going to do that, find a cheaper way of doing that. Maybe you're going to want to take a road trip instead, and just be conscious of the funds here. I find that your fund situation is a bit more tenuous than you thought. All right, so let's clarify this tower. Start to tell me, please, about this tower, this surprise, this maybe having to build some funds from the foundation up, like some more funds. Yeah, there's the Two of Swords there. So I do think that you're a little bit in the dark about how to spend or what to spend on. This is why we blow our budgets, right? Sometimes we have no clue. Sometimes we have no clue what to do with our money, right? And we say, oh, well, I could go on vacation, or I could save for a house. I could, buy a bunch of stuff that I don't need, or I could save for a car. Okay, so everybody has their own priorities, and I think you're a little bit in the dark as to what your financial priorities actually should be. So, maybe you are spending too much on certain stuff, and you don't have an awareness of the choices that you could make that are better choices for yourself than the ones that you have made or are making thus far. Okay, all right, let's continue to clarify this tower. I think it's a bit of a wake-up call to you at the beginning of the month. Maybe you did spend a little too much in over the holiday season. That's okay. I mean, we do it. I mean, we want to share the love with people, right? And that's why the Page of Cups came out here. You want to share the love with everybody, right? You're going to be generous. You were generous over the holiday season. You want to continue to be generous. You like to buy, pick up the bill for lunch and pick up the bill for dinner, or you're the one who says, don't worry about it, I'll pay for that. All the one who's going to buy that, right? So being a very generous, thoughtful, caring person means that you might be spending more money. And sometimes people will take advantage of that too. So just to be careful that, there is a right time and place to let somebody else pick up the bill. And it's okay sometimes to say, to realize you want to say yes, but you don't. It's not a bad thing. Nobody's going to fault you or say, oh, I'm not going out with them because, they pick up the bill 92 times out of 100 and they didn't those 8 times. Okay? Nobody's going to say that. Nobody's going to freak out, and nobody's going to dislike you for that. Okay? But you do have to be well aware, because there is that tower moment, right? Tower can sometimes be a bit of a shock. Can be a surprise. It can be a bit of a crumbling, and I don't feel like your whole financial, whatever structure here is crumbling, but I do find that you're probably not as aware of the situation as you should be. Okay, it's going to be sudden. It's going to be unexpected. And you almost might not believe it's true, okay, that you don't have as much, or that you have to hang on to it, because maybe you're so used to being quite generous and having funds. All right, so I would just say, let's just be careful this month about that. You have the Knight of Pentacles. Go slow with your funds. Go slow. Be wise. Take your time. Okay. Do not go crazy, all right? Do not go crazy here at all. Now, the Queen of Swords says use your head, right? Get the facts, right? She says, I pay attention to all of this stuff, right? She says, no, I'm not spending on that. Yes, I'm spending on that. She makes solid decisions by doing some analysis in her head. So she's got the math, and she sits there and she says, okay, what do I really need? And what do I not really need? Okay, so she's done that analysis as well in her head, right? So, you have to have sort of a no-nonsense approach here, okay? And you have to try and get unemotional about it, because you can, but I wanted to buy that extra sweater. Okay, so you buy the extra sweater like in a couple of months, or when things pick up for you. Okay, don't get emotional over it, but be smart and use your head. So let's clarify this Queen of Swords. Yeah, the High Priestess says you know what you should be spending your money on, and when you shouldn't be spending your money, and when not to be using it like frivolously or what have you, right? Signs and symbols are there. Your gut is telling you, don't do it, don't do it. Or, okay, I know you want to be generous, but, all right, you're being told instinctually. And if you're not paying attention to those signs and symbols, well, you have nobody to blame but yourself, okay? Because your gut is talking to you. You just need to listen, all right? All right, so let's continue to clarify that Queen of Swords. Yeah, you need balance. You need moderation here when it comes to this situation. That is the Justice card. Equality. Fairness. The scales need to be balanced here. It can't be one scale up and one scale down in either direction or either side of this scale. It needs to be balanced, okay? What goes out, what comes in. You need to balance those, right? What assets you have, what expenses you're spending on, all right? So you need a balance sheet, right? You need to, that's why they call it a balance sheet, right? All right. So let's get one more clarifier for the Queen of Swords, please. Page of Swords. Yeah, you're going to want to be a little bit like, no, I'm sorry. I like spending my money. I know what I'm doing. I have this all in control. No worries. But I would say to you, just put that aside for now. And do what's right, and make sure you take care of yourself, because if you take care of this, then you can take care of everybody else. And then I feel like maybe you can loosen the purse strings a bit more at the end of the month moving into February. All right. I just feel like there's some strong energy around you in this month that's saying, whoa, the horses, yeah, you're overspending here for sure. This is what the Five of Swords is about. It's about taking on too much. Well, in this case, it's taking on too much expense, taking on, buying too much, buying stuff probably that you don't really need. And that's why you get the Five of Pentacles as your first qualifier that says, yeah, you're going to be standing out in the cold if you don't pay attention, okay? And I don't mean that literally. I mean that figuratively, in the sense that you're going to sit there and you're going to not be happy about this, because you're going to say, well, I don't have money. Why don't I have money? Why can't I do what I want to do now that I figure out what I should be spending my money on? Well, that's because you spend it too much on some other stuff, okay? So impulse buying isn't great. If you want to buy, I get it, but at least plan it for something that you really wanted, something that you wanted for a long time. That's why the Six of Cups is coming out here, okay? Put it on something that you've desired that is valuable, but something that's going to make you happy and something that you've kind of dreamed about for a long time. One more clarifier for this Five of Swords. Devil. Oh my goodness. You have the Devil card. Yeah. Okay. Devil sitting on your shoulder. And I also have to say to you, this impulse buying is the devil, right? The devil there is saying, buy, 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 buy. It's something that you can't perhaps get away from. So if you're like, I want to say, if you're like the kind of person who watches the shopping channel, it becomes very addictive, right? So you have to say to yourself, I'm turning off the TV. Or for the whole month of January, I am not going to turn that on. Because the minute you see something, you go, oh, well, that's only $20, so I buy it. And then you see something and it goes, oh, well, that's fun. I don't really need it, but it's only $15. I'll buy that. Oh, that's only $60. Oh, and that's only $80. Well, before you know it, you bought a whole bunch of stuff you didn't really need. And it's very addictive to do that. So, be careful of this devil here, okay? Now, you have the Queen of Wands at the end here. I'm going to say to you that for some of you, it's trying to tell you, yeah, you're a busy beaver and all this spending, and perhaps you're doing too much going out and and a lot of socializing and stuff like that, which then also is part of the reason why you're going to spend. But it could also be that there's a little bit, for some of you, a little bit of a lightning at the end of the month. So let's clarify to really see what she's indicating one way or the other. Let's clarify the Queen of Wands, please. Queen of Wands is the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, so you're having there a bit of maybe being a bit wiser to spend your money on your skills, maybe on courses, on something of that nature that's going to give you some better, situate you better in your life somewhere, whether that's in school or being able to get a promotion that then brings you more money in, all right? So I would say, concentrate in that area instead, all right? Let's continue to clarify this Queen of Wands. Yeah, Hangman. Put the brakes on. Put the brakes on the spending. I mean, I don't think that you need that. That's not a clear message. In here, it's definitely telling you put the brakes on. Okay? No impulses. No impulses. Okay. One more card. One more clarifier, please. Okay, something flipped out. King of Swords. Yeah. Use your head. Use your head. Use your smarts, use your brain, but also get yourself into a more, I want to say more of a position where you're disciplined. That's the word I'm looking for. You need to be a bit more disciplined this month. All right. All right, Sag, I'm going to get you an oracle message now for January. It's from the Whispers of the Ocean deck. I need you to bear with me because these cards are very large, but the card stock is also such that they stick together. And it's a little bit difficult to get out a card. Hold on. Let's try it again, because they're all sticking together here. Let me try a different way here. Okay, sorry, there's like 5 of them stuck together here, so I can't give you like all 5 of those. Hold on, let's do this again. Okay, all right, let's try one more time. Okay, now you have number 8. Number 8 says, keeping it in check. Keeping it in check. Yeah, keeping it in check, all right. Let me read to you what it says here. It says, pay attention to what is going on around you. You might be moving into something. You might be moving into something too quickly. Or missing some important details. Sorry for that. It's actually kind of dark here in my room. So let me just try that one more time. Pay attention to what is going on around you. You might be moving into something too quickly or missing some important details. Okay, there you go. Keep it in check. Okay, keeping it in check. Keeping it in check, my friends. Yeah, I'd say keep it in check, particularly as it relates to your cash. All right, my lovely ones, I'm going to leave it there for now. I hope there was something in it that resonated. If it did, if you enjoy these readings, if you want more of these readings, then don't forget to click the like and subscribe buttons. I'll see you again very soon. Till then, please know I am, as always, wishing you divine light and love.